Hi guys and welcome back to another video on the wrestling review on Daniel. This is our review for from last night. So Cody Rhodes kicks off the show he makes and the appearances presumably going to injure Randy Orton. He says New York. Hollywood's famous Selena Madison's career here, girl. What do you want to talk about then? Stephanie McMahon's music hits. She comes out and she says, what you doing? You need to think more like Randy Orton. He's more diabolical. That's version of Randy Orton when he devoured you. Um, and you're not like you or for hard or you don't know who Randy Orton is or what he's capable of. Orton and then um, Cody Rhodes already in response with, I know, I know exactly who Randy Orton is. I'm a former student of his, but now the student is um, champion. I'm just paraphrasing because I'm not good at remembering promos, guys. Um, but then he said, he had worked walls with my father, or he did, he even did stuff to you that we can air on TV. You know, the famous the famous RKO and the kiss from the um I from the Triple H feud. I know Sean hates that feud in retrospect. I hope he will watches this review. Um or review. I can cringes at that, because I know that Andy Orton's his favourite of all time. Um, but yeah, um, then Rollins says if you are not your or fa- still not your father either. She slaps him. It's a good history lesson. Um, they talk about being generational talents and visionaries. It's good history lesson. Um, since but interestingly enough, Stephanie said, it's a house my grandfather, but of course she's not going to mention the ants because of added legal trouble. The slap to the face was like the usual stuff you get from uh, but actually uh, she said, I'm out here because I hear about you, and then Cody Rhodes says, I've got two odds for you, thank you, hand shaking against the smiles, and that's it, end the segment, and we go on to our first match, the Vision defeat. Uh, the Vision defeats the Usos in a street fight for the Raw Tag Team Championships. obviously, obviously before the match, you see I show speed, Adam Yes, and LA Knight backstage, LA Knight says to yes, it's alright, I've got him for a on seats and I'm going to be on commentary for the match. So predictably, LA Knight does the generic special guest commentary. Now I'm a big LA Knight fan, but special guest commentary from anybody starts to get on my tits after a while. It's just one of these things because very few are actually good at it because wrestlers typically trained as an announcers, but any case, um, um, any case, the street fight was just okay, really. After a good opening, segment, it um, kind of tails off a bit for a while after Danhausen shows up. I didn't even mention him because of how cringe it was. But then, because obviously I so speed is still off by the Danhausen, and then is into the finish after all the two teams exchange candlestick shots, Charaska and shots. Austin Theory gets doubles the purple X and through the table from the top or Logan Paul then on gets the brass knuckles for a minute others are is my others also in the front row next to ISO speed tries to stop him but Paul yanks him over the barricade early night attack Morgan Paul and it's at this point in the show where I'm like the activities Paul will who contributed to the destruction of the human gene. Also, I hope you're proud of your handiwork, Arcavi. I even said that to myself as this segment and the show developed. I shall was be he then picks up the ox, but then accidentally the ox out early in the night as Logan Paul moves out the way back in the ring. But back in the ring, Paul's get the ox and then the ox out. Jimmy, so he deals with if Jay so Jay he can't make the save. He falls into the cover and capture of the tag team titles. One, three new title change and new tag team championships. I shall speed gets told by all to stick with the vision and the Usos and L in the night are coming for you. All him, um, all Heyman, um, all Heyman says to Idol Speed Daryl acts, he's like take him out for an hour, and essentially getting relax with the him, and in the comedic he says he's he's going to get killed by the Usos. So then we get um so then we get to the next segment. Hold on till I get up my notes, guys. Just the gestures and each other what again, just as a guide to just as a guide to aid me here for some of this, because sometimes as you're watching you get sucked up in the action, you forget about things, but here we go. So as said, the title change happens, the vision of the new champs. You do get new, uh, you do get, you do get new music from the shows. I thought they'd be back to the ounce and stable on, but it's a completely new theme. So a new piece of music there again. It's typical. Again, it's typical Def Rebel. Sometimes Def Rebel very occasionally he'll have a I'll have a banger, but the majority of the time it's just generic shitty soul open that kind of fits into this into that category. Um but yeah, um but yeah, still not but yeah, still not often for Ellen. Or Mania, but as Bill each report for the XCC the early night came up against the Susan the Vision and I chose speed. I think will be factored in the right to or for the the title the title change we expected to happen because the Vision don't need the big statement victory. So then we um so then we get something actually pretty good. So then we get something actually pretty good, and he can add he can pretty guys who have organ comes out and she what's a pretty angry April or she says it talk about the ad the Stephanie you talk about my family here's yours among other me don't let any the best of you she says something in Spanish after or he says idiom and I thought and then um and the end of his with the Spanish phrase um, or Stephanie with the amount to have the or all were very good to every ever pro. She said in the opening um and the opening sentence is that she and Stephanie's on, so I like that the two have a or all or about well looks as though Stephanie um looks as though Stephanie is getting a bit better of it. She gets a chair out out comes the on the oxen for the earth from the loud shatter axe the Stephanie the beat down big and and then we'll have hit some a vein on the on Stephanie's or I can speak inspire our absence Raquel Jerry Higuez as competing in a match later on and the show that's why she's not out here at this age in the show and 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 I'm sure that Sean is still onto the Ox's match, but yeah, finally we get a good or finally we get a good segment with these two. They're two of the best women's so us in the company, and yeah, and yeah, I enjoyed the segment. Good to see your Oxan Perez back, um, and yes, um, and yeah, I've get it's and I've get the attribution for the attack. I can hold the and JD McDonough. So yeah, that was an excellent segment. Um, so um, so yeah, so yes, e- enough shit actually. We get the women's tag team title match. Ida and Ida and um, A versus Ashley Agent and Nia Jax. The match ends in a discover or this match ends in a discover or if a key Asian you have you have to uh, as Charlotte and all Alexa come out and then and interfere the book as get taken out Charlotte and all then attack Jackson agent it causes the disqualification and presumably and tag team title fatal form he'll come out as I, um after good to talk segments the term matches so off are have been put a chat. So you know how I feel about this qualification. For, and she's traditional on the as channel guys. But yeah, um, but this was on to set up the eventual fatal four way match at Mania again. The SmackDown match of the um, has ended in a no contest to last week. So yeah, there's to consider and yeah, a bit of a off tag match since the jumping Angels against the Girls at Madison Square Garden in 1987 for the Women's Tag Team Championships. And yeah, and then yeah, and that's bit is a pretty and finish. I wasn't too keen on it. Um, then we get on house and per then we get on house and per and the fact that Saturday night's main event will be back in MSG and then fires out he shots with the cannon and says if you don't buy the extremely expensive tickets you're lost and it's just a ghost to find to the exit and you're like take it off a screen after if it's 50 times funnier than you if you want a job as a janitor then that'll be more suited for you and housing I don't really see what Dan Housen offers the company. It's just the same. It's just the same tire or so, um, or a shock as or bullshit, and it's the reason why I all the shock as uh, I oh but you get, then we get a response from Finn Al saying that he's responsible for creating the entitled the Dominic Mysterio. He was the one that looked out for the after um underneath for under hash at the castle 2020. Um, I know with that, but I had to get them off, and he then says he's going to destroy the Omen at WrestleMania. He's going to be the one responsible. Then we get the Rock to Lesnar Roman who Heyman and out the Heyman um, Heyman says isn't or is out for I is Jedi then he's on batch what's in his UFC I oh yeah als es says Osman Asum else when Morocco is none of the looking for on a fight and they're going to have them up over families although isn't also and of Oberfamily get you are also here ass out here because Americans don't use arse but yeah you know what I mean Oberfamily comes um comes down to you retain Adam just try and get a no but over just over just destroys the security shop and them years into the barrack. It and it can on um it can it can for also as or triple the and he separates the two um he says this is not happening um triple so yeah so that's off Triple H and Adam Pearce putting their foot down and I would like the chaotic nature of this segment. Um oh Heyman was excellent again and you can get that was really good. So then we get so then we get so then we so then we get all the crowd reaction. Um, I'm not very happy that the crowd don't like to let them for I let them for I well which is pretty good. The crowd to be are hot for the segment. Speaking of guys, we then get an intercontinental championship match. Penta versus Ofika Kingston challenged Penta to a match on social media episode. He obviously gets involved or gets involved and finish Penta actually hits a Mexican destroyer and Gary soon Orphe hits the cherubone paradise but Penta um shakes it off and is able to hit the Mexican destroyer for the 3 and he says he spoke to Adam. Yes, there's gonna be a drama match at WrestleMania in here for the Intercontinental Championship. Of course, all the files took place in event for the um you can find that out later on in the a show, um, instant and all along it took, it was intended to make Anton Moro over. Of course, Penn has got that sort of up away, actually, he'll defend the Intercontinental Champion chap against El Hijo del Vikingo. Oh, um, but but yeah, so you get more information in the on uh, um, so you get more information in the match with is on Heyman back out after or Adam Pierce has asked him several times has he checked his email. He then begins by it then begins by saying he's under and or almost by shouting out the vision um um a vision and become a tag partner. I'll say um and is actually pissed off about Oracle is not having his retribution against over a Femi. Adam Pierce comes out saying, "Oh, did you check our email?" All him says there's nothing in the article. The wise man and the advocate and the doesn't already know Adam. He says well that you should know several Owens is medically ill to and the charges against him are not um but, for the Heyman actually he has a great line he's the only April more tougher in the 1990s he's left and and obviously that's when Seth Rollins attacks Heyman with the steel chair to the back so the any shield and it is this but alright ask and you who shall receive Sean so info and then has Emerald and Dennis Sleeper Holder was announced able and he points at the WrestleMania saying Adam yes however Adam yes however confirms it are on in the show that it's Gunther and Rollins at the WrestleMania. Jackie Edmund tries to get on them of Seth Rollins, but and Peter says Seth Rollins will have his chance at the revenge against Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. It shoots back over to Michael. Oh, he actually says I is and for going after us Rollins or Ibsen added to me being going for Bill Ibsen's time Seth Rollins was added the retirement one. as he's already retired. John Cena or not is now old, but and ages. I also, yeah, if I'm several instead of keeping the or shot wrestling and yeah, but yeah, pretty good segment and yeah, him and it's just a phenomenal role. Oh, Um, so yeah, then you get Ioska High versus the uh, Elder Rodriguez. Obviously, obviously, Skankaidi. I'll ask is a big reason Kairi. I and Ioska I so ask and Chichara Ice Tessast. I read Elden has to distract it Ioska of a power as soon as you get in her and yeah, and then the kill except the victory. Yeah, so she was disjointed from the yeah, she was disjointed from the new days segment incident involvement, and I actually forgot to mention that Dominic Mysterio has had a battle over Finn Balor just before the Heyman or accepts the challenge, but he says you'll go on down to the king and the luchadors at WrestleMania. Yeah, you cost me my IC title ice and how he's gonna make fun. So that is one of the matches I'm looking forward to. As I've said, I might make a video on that as to why. Then we get the CM Punk or Roman in segment, and this wasn't a back and forth or Romo. This was a beat down. You have security and Adam Yes, so here again, CM Punk hits the yes, eventually onto and the reigns and power sorry, ends him through the announce table. Good sort of epic roll here, and CM Punk has him in a nice cool half, and you get some informations you get you, you get some actual informations you get in or then you get the hard match confirmations. I'll go back to the top of the page and I'll see if I'll um have the confirmations for the ladder match. But yeah, overall, guys, segments. Overall, guys, the segments were pretty good. The match quality I thought is awful, but like the other segments and the show, I felt held the show up together, you do get confirmation that Von Evans Dragon, I think, Wolfie's in the match as well. I'm not sure. I know the two are JT on that as well. So yeah, so a pretty start. Um, so a pretty start to Adam match. Of course, you know the history before Adam matches at WrestleMania. So the card is coming together, and I hope it delivers. Um, so so now on to the important part. Which is my score. Um, the Giovanna Evans promo, by the way, is him being asked by Joseph how does it feel about being put in the Adam. She says he's excited and he's here to have fun and he's here to become a person. And that's what he's gonna and I told her. So yeah, that was pretty good as well. Um, you get confirmation that the match, the Oba and is no segment was on the Morgan Stephanie stuff was on um the the Woody Rhodes Stephanie McMahon stuff. It's fun. Yeah, the matches were a bit iffy in places, but yeah, the actual other segments I thought were pretty good. I think they held together the show. Oh, so I might just give it a 7 out of 10. I'll have to I'll have to uh, or the reason why I give it a 7 is because I like points for and housing as usual. The qualification for any in the women's tag. I don't like the qualifications. Or like Ellen Eel with Ethan. I think that'll lead to match between Ask and Io because of the involvement in here, and if Io Sky can Ask, I think Heidi will be free of Askers Orchard. I think that's that's the Heyman the Heyman stuff I thought is excellent as all is unattacked for all and was pretty decent East that puts him on the card. I'm not sure who's going to win that match because they both could to do if they were in um because several inches back from injury but going for the career. Oh, also that could go either way. Um, so yeah, that's a bit of intrigue. The the segment with in CM. on Raw and the Roman Reigns was epic and its own right, and I did enjoy that, and the confirmation of the Adam I'm curious for. I didn't see any of the qualifying matches because I've just recently found out that main event is on YouTube. So I didn't see any of that. In events usually he just preliminary basement matches. There's usually nothing on that show, so maybe now in the future I should maybe look at the in event, but qualifying matches have taken place and you've got confirmations for that one. Other match and his victory is designed to get him over, which is good, and there was enough time to put him on his match with Vig and Chira on the 11th of April before WrestleMania. Interesting times ahead. You get Dominic Mysterio and Finn, but are hyping up the act for some in yeah, and so that's pretty, so that's pretty good. And JT McDonough is sorted in for the ladder match, so looks as though everybody in the Judgment Days doing our own kind of thing now, and but a pretty solid episode. Just a couple of the matches and the Anhausen segment really didn't work, and but over all the other segments held the show together. So I'm going to give it a respectable 7, but let me know what you think in the comments. Would be the respect. And I'll see you all very soon.